and gents, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another social production. Boys and girls, everybody, gang members, fellow syndicate members, familia. Oh man, good to be here. It is Monday, June the 26th, 2023. If you're joining me for the first time, where can you find these videos? Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, dropped on Instagram. Follow me there if you like. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/robsadju if you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show and watch it grow right before your eyes. And otherwise, if you've been with me from the get-go, the day ones, doing it together, baby. Oh man, it's exciting. Again, if you've been with me from some time, you know what it is. We've been coming in here for some time. It's just the beginning. We tell stories. We share the personal, the not so personal, the impersonal, I guess, the societal, some might say. We put it together. We have some laughs. We queef along the way, tickle each other's brains, elbows, lick behind each other's earlobes, pull each other's nutsacks, blow on each other's labias, menorah and majora. Talking deuces today, baby. And that's what we do around here. So we are moving. This is the last episode from this spot, from this location right here in the city of Toronto. I'm feeling all sorts of joy, excitement, happiness. Getting ready to the end of the week. We are starting our travel and we are heading down south. We're heading down south, man. And it's raining outside today, man. It's raining, man. It's raining, man. That sounds way different than if you said it's raining, man. It's raining, man. You know where I'm going with this? It's raining, men. Versus, it's raining, man. And it is raining, man. And that's what they say before the sunshine and the rainbows and the butterflies. There's always going to be a few hours of rain, and then after that it'll be all sunshine and butterflies and rainbows, or fucking, raccoons with scabs and rabies and who knows, all the excitement of the animals are out there, ladies and gents, and we're going to be amongst them. We're going to be, we're going to be talking to squirrels and raccoons and beavers and, moose and geese, whatever comes along our way. We're going to try to make the best of the scenario, man. But we're moving, and today's going to be just an extra loose day as per usual. Yeah, man, I've just been in the process of getting this place, organized and ready to hand over the keys and bounce. As you can see behind us, we have definitely covered up the walls with primer so that they can get in here and prep the unit for the new tenants. I hope that I hope that this place serves you well. I know it served me well, and I'm excited, man. Yeah, so I'm very grateful for everything that I've been able to, do in this city. A lot of it's a lot of love. It's a lot of, man, oh man, the memories. But all in all, I'm just looking forward to brand new chapters. This is, again, we're changing gears. We are changing location. So just a little, it's a little bit of a familia episode. It's a little bit of just touching base, see where we are, where we're going. Just a little bit of, letting each other know what's on the very loose, but nonetheless, I guess, existing tiny little agenda, if you might. Point is that, we've been coming in here, we've been dropping the heat Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and this routine will probably go on more or less the same. But we are in the midst of moving. So in the next 7 to 10 days, because I'm going to be taking my time doing a little bit of traveling down south until we get to our location, our destination, if you will. And I don't know if I'm going to be posting I do want to be recording a lot, as much as I can, to be very honest with you. But at the same rate, I do want to be enjoying the process of just the journey. But I do want to be recording some stuff just for whatever. We'll see what happens with it. Otherwise, we're gonna pick things up in the United States, and man, I'm gonna just 7 to 10 days. So this is again gonna be the last episode for the time being. So about a week to 10 days from now, we will pick it right back up. Might happen even earlier, who knows? I might be mid-travel and be like, you know what, we're just gonna pull up in this location and do a pod outside or inside outside. I don't know, wherever it may lead us. But yes, just for this next 7 to 10 days, I do want to clarify if anybody's like, oh man, I love the fact that I can come in here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and get it to go, baby. And I'm there for you. But again, bear with me a little bit. We're just transitioning. We're geo transitioning, a type of transitioning that doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. I've always been the type that belongs to the camp that, you know, sometimes you feel like you're born in the wrong body. I've never felt that way, but I do feel at times as though I might have been born in the wrong place. Hence, geo-transitioning. And again, welcome to my transition. This is going to be an exciting, smooth, perhaps a little bumpy here and there, but nonetheless a process and a journey, one which I'm happy to have you guys and gals share with me. And again, thank you for letting me be a part of your lives as well. We're doing it together. All of us just pitching in. Oh, you come in there with the, oh, here's a little bit of salt and pepper. Here's a little bit of spice. Here's a little bit of something for the flavors. Here's a little something for you to catch a vibe. But whatever you're doing out there, man, thank you. Whatever you're going after, whether it's, you know, whether you're working on the academics, whether you're working on the careers, whether you're figuring out a relationship or handling, swerving that single life skirt, what's up? Whatever you're doing, I hope you're having fun, man. It's what it is. That's that. You got that. You already won, baby. We already all won. If you're out here living, it's what are the odds that you live in, first of all, because that's like a big lotto. So, you know, I'm just feeling grateful, appreciative, trying to, you know, squeeze the juices out of the lemons that have been, you know, oh, lemon here, lemon there. Oh, let's make a little bit of lemonade. Let's put it in our salad dressing. Let's squirt it in someone's eye and let that citrus take care of the magic. Oh, my God, I'm going blind from all the citrus in my eye. But whatever, man, whatever, you know, oh, I cut myself a little bit. Let me put a little bit of lime juice or lemon juice top of that. Why? It'll burn and disinfect it so it doesn't get infected. Boom. I think. I'm not quite sure. But don't try it at home. But also, if you're going to try it, home's like the safest place. So why not, dude? Why not, ladies and gents? A lot of exciting events are happening. We're going to keep it loose. Today's just, you know, it's, yeah, man, I'm just looking back. Had a lot of fun. This has been a growing process. This has been a learning process. It's something that I'm still very, very new to, and I'm trying to, you know, just learn and grow as I go along the way and have fun, baby. So thank you. Exciting events that are happening, though, things that are, you know, maybe worthy of a little bit of, you know, coverage, a little bit of discussing. That one didn't want to come out there. It just, I don't know what it is, you know, but it didn't want to. I wanted to say discussing, not disgusting. A topic worthy of discussing. A topic that's disgusting. Kinda. The broad spectrum of war, it is disgusting. What am I talking about? Recently, over the past few days, if I'm not mistaken, Wagner Group is a mercenary group. If you guys, you know, I'm not a mercenary group expert. I'm not any expert in any field, really. I just like to, you know, oh, what's going on here? Things that, you know, might be of interest, or, you know, oh man, these are, ooh, what is this? Stuff that makes you go like, ooh, you know, clench up a butt cheek or two. Just be like, oh, let me just tighten up this asshole, because this feels like something that, oh man, I'm gonna have to, you know, keep everything inside while I'm reading or viewing this video, whatever's going on, man. So Wagner Group is a mercenary group in Russia that used to work up until very recently, and we'll get into it as much as we can together. So Putin has this mercenary group called the Wagner Group, operated by a chief or a general, if you might, Yevgeny Prigozhin. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Let's look it up, because I do want to, hold on a sec, because this guy's pretty, hold on a sec. Wagner Group. What is this dude's name? Bear with me a few seconds. Russian president. Prigozhin. Just want to get this guy's name. All these articles, oh, you gotta click here, you gotta, oh, pay $1. No, never. Subscribe. I just want to read it for a second. What's his name, dude? Just want to. Okay, Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin. It's a tough one, dude. Yevgeny Prigozhin. Anywho, he's the chief of the Wagner group. He's like the, head of the mercenary group that used to work, or current, who knows, dude. The mercenary group that worked with, hand in hand with Putin to do his mercenary work. You want to allocate some mercenary work. You need a mercenary group to delegate those tasks to. Enter Yevgeny Przegedny. Okay? Rolls right off the tongue, dude. I don't know about you guys, but that is, Yevgeny Przegedny. So this guy actually goes back, from my understanding, goes back a little bit. They were tight. You could say Putin and Yevgeny were probably day ones together, and they came up sort of sometimes boys get together, girls get together, friends grow up together. So like, what do you want to do? I want to be a sports player. What do you want to do? I want to be a sports player too, player. And then you're like high-fiving, chasing butterflies, chasing rabbits, chasing toads, kissing toads, frogs, licking frogs, in hope of, my God, could this perhaps turn into a charming prince or a princess? One might hope for a princess or a prince that will allow them to do the kiss and all that jazz. Of course, no more than that, because at that time you'd be children. So but that's still, a child. I remember looking at toads and friggin' frogs and be like, man, how does that work? Never kissed one, I'll tell you that, because I heard you get warts from them. I'm not quite sure if that's true, but to me it wasn't worth it. But at the same time, that could be a great spin for all these fucking frogs and toads to just go hijack princes and princesses and just be like sitting there on lily pads going whibbit motherfuckers, and we're all like, oh, I'm not gonna lick or kiss this frog because I might pick up warts. It might be poisonous. In the meantime, there's a fucking prince or a princess waiting for you. So maybe take little teeny tiny portions of poison so that when you lick a poisonous frog, so to make a prince or a princess emerge, you won't get poisoned, and then the prince or princess will emerge, and you can just you can do whatever's. It's yours now. You found it, you saved it. All I'm saying is that's a good, you're gonna get poisoned if you lick me. That's exactly what a frog or a toad who wants to keep a prince or a princess trapped inside their body would say, dude. Makes perfect sense, these sick fucks. So I say we start licking some frogs and toads. I should have, yeah, man, looking back, I don't like to look back in life and be like, I have regrets, but telling you, a few frogs and toads that came across my path, thinking back. You always think, is there one person in the world for me? Have I already missed the chance because I've not picked up a frog? Or please don't be. I'd like people to take this as a reminder that should a toad or a frog come across your path, do not make the same mistake that I did. Do not, because I don't even know if it's true. You might not even get warts. Fuck it, you might even get a wart or two. Like it's hey man, call it an STD, call it a UTI, whatever. Love's love. That's what I say, man. It's worth it. And if it's nothing modern medicine can't really fix these days, so it's really worth it. Pick it up, kiss it, caress it, spit on it, rub it a little bit. When it opens its mouth, utilize that mouth. What that mouth do? So what were we been talking about, dudes? Yes, Yevgeny and Putin, Vlad and Yevgeny came up together, little boys, and they're like, what do you want to do? And one was like, I want to be a KGB, agent. And then later on go to do whatevs. And then he's like, I see your KGB agent dreams, and I want to be side by side with you, but more of like an independent contractor. So I want to do like mercenary route. And then they high-fived, and then in Russia, I would suggest they would high-five and do a little bit of ballet, box, listen to Tchaikovsky perhaps, and then fucking wrestle a bear. So they did all that. And then they grew up to be men's like they are today. long story short, they were tight still, relatively sharing that same dream passion of the, whatever. So they kept it tight. But as of recent, you heard like in the midst of the whole Ukraine-Russia thing that's been going on for like, oh, what day is it? Said it's going on for some days now. And recently, for the past few days, Yevgeny tried to apparently allegedly do a little coup-de-coup. He's like, coo-coo, and coo-coo, and he put out, ooh, coo-coo, put out this coo-coo, put out the signs. That's just tactical, battle talk or battle speak or battle jargon. Coo-coo. We're doing it, that's when I think that's when they do, like, when you want to be like pulling a coup and high ranking fucking army shit, dude. Cool. That's when like the boys and the gals, mostly I think it's men's there, they know what it is. And then so they went cool, and a few hours went by, and they're like, cancel the coup, dude. So no revolt, alleged, because they were like, man, that's what I read and that's what I saw. And so this Wagner guy, this Yevgeny, he's like, I'm gonna turn around on Putin. We're no longer boys. And then change his mind, and he's like, fuck it, too much. And I'm gonna just, you know what, dude? I'm gonna just fucking. We were boys, and I was there for your day one, and you were there for my day. But now maybe this isn't going the way we planned, man. Before they they probably met up and they're just, maybe this isn't going the way we planned, man. As classic and the purest, and that's, you're like, how did you do that Russian dialect so well? This isn't going so well, man. Passing the joint around between Yevgeny and Vlad, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna head to Belarus. I'm no longer a part of this. Bye. See ya. Good luck with your war and all that, is what he said allegedly. And then he's parted, and then he's like, I want to dip and I want to head to Belarus, where there have been a lot of Russian troops, thousands of troops deployed there, and also, I believe some time ago, some nuclear weapons. Russia moved some nuclear weapons to Belarus too. So, head of the Wagner group is like, I see this and I don't want to be a part of this. I want to go over there in the northern part of, it's like right on top of Ukraine. Me and a bunch of thousands of men and like artillery and weapons, we're no longer a part. We're just going to go surround, and by surround I mean just relocate and have a good look at things from the surrounding area. But we're no longer a part of this. But like, it's good to be like, we're going to take our mercenary groups and like, put them with the already existing troops that are already in Belarus. And man, but look at this, crazy that we just like moved nukes or something there too, allegedly, or whatnot. I don't know things. I read things and I see things, and I'm like, this in the news side, and then the news will be like, oh, this is so this, how could this be? Then like the coverage that I saw was like, oh, this is not a good look for Putin, for Vlad. It could be looked at, but that's the thing. It could be looked at in many different ways, and it's intriguing because like for Putin it could mean a lot of things. For one, it could be like, yo, now you know who the real ones are. Sometimes you need to flush it out just to be like, yo, who are my real ones? So that could be like, a way that Vlad could look at it. If it's for realsies. If it's a ruse, if it was let's say it was a ruse, because this is like, war is like lame chess. Like chess is nice, but like war is like lame chess. Some argue that it might be like the most ultimate of chesses, but it's lame. But it's lame, dude. So it might be a ruse in terms of be like, oh, we're infighting, and oh, look at us infighting. Just like, oh, I'm not gonna drink vodka with you no more, Vlad. And Vlad's like, fine, Yevgeny. Be that way. once you part from this war and just go over there, man, I don't even want to see your face no more. Go over there with those troops and those nukes over there, far away. So that's how. But then in the news you'll be like, oh man, this is Putin's grip is weak. Putin's hand is weak. He's got a weak hand. His grip is weak. His grip is loosening. His grip is not as tight as it used to be. It is, but this sort of narrative is like, and I don't even know what it is, dude. But it just like, it feels like it gets, things aren't as black and white as it seems. All I'm saying is there's loose nukes. Is all I'm saying. It's loose nukes everywhere. Is all I'm saying. Loose nukes, and the Wagner Group chief happens to be around some loose nukes, and Vila's fucking, out there doing it. And then on the other hand, and then there's the, there's the other Vila, Zelensky. There's that guy doing like the thing for the Ukraine, which again, for the peepsies, like all around my heart is like, we're the peepsies, dude. So these fellas, one thing that I did want to say, one interesting, like the Wagner Group chief, the Yevgeny Prigozhin, Yevgeny, okay? This guy, he's got such a, like, obviously, like, mercenary group, head of the chief of staff of the mercenary. So like it's not a good position. Like it's not a fun job. That's not a good part. That's not something like, but whatever. I'm just saying objectively, if you've seen this guy's face, if you just search his name and just look at his face looks like the perfect war mercenary chief, or like he looks like it. He looks like he's been in all the wars. Yevgeny's face looks like he's been in all the wars. It looks tired. It looks like a tired war face, but like not tired in the sense of like, oh no, but like tired because like that's, again, since he was a child, he's been doing this, like high-fiving and fucking, oh man, bayonets and rolling around in dirt and climbing things and night vision and guerrilla tactics, bipedal hominid tactics, amphibian tactics, you name it, technically speaking, it was tactical. Point is, he's like it looks like a fellow who's like, if we were like casting people for like a movie and you wanted like a face that was like war, it's not, it's a face. It's got. It's not just like, oh, it's not just a mean mug. He's got like years of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like years of war. It's been like, he's just like, like you become what you do what you become, or whatever. Or your pets start to look like you after a while, or you look like you're, something along those lines. So the point is, I like his face despite the fact that I don't like the job that he does. Like, I'm not a fan of like mercenaries and like chief of mercenary, but I do like the way it's been casted. However it's been casted. And that's just life. Sometimes you see a person in a particular position, you're like, that guy or that gal fucking fits the position, dude. This guy, all of us trying to convey, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's so good for that part. Despite the part not being probably like good overall, but he's so good for it, dude. That face is like, oh. So I don't know how to read this, because I don't know how to read. Like I do, but sometimes I do feel like letters and numbers sometimes be like, oh man, you read a word and you're like, is that what I just read? And then you're like, no, pay closer attention. And you're like, that's something else right there. I don't know what it is. It's too late to be like, oh, I have, if you find out late in life you have like dyslexia and shit, which might be fine. Like, I don't think I'm maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows, ladies and gents, but it's not about me. And a little bit of dyslexia never hurt anyone. Unless it was like vital information. And then you misread it. And then from that vital information, you mistook the wrong information and had dire consequences. You know, maybe you might catch AIDS from dyslexia, or maybe dyslexia will lead you to, you know, get involved in a money laundering or loan sharking circumstance. Who knows what the dangers of dyslexia that they don't want you to know. But I'm not even sure if but anyway, this is not about me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that that's happened, and all I'm saying is that all I want to say is that it's interesting. We're on the, like, it's, man, we should really, like, all I'm saying is, like, we should fucking get everybody together. Let's all hug it out, dude. Like, enough is enough. Let's get in a hot tub, and then let's jump in some ice together, boys. Everybody, let's just, gals, everybody, boys and gals and ladies, and let's just, you know what I mean? Let's just whip out a couple of bottles of vodka. Let's, you know, pour a little bit of salt right in between the, you know, right in between your thumb and your index finger. Get it ready. Get the lime in hand. Take a shot. Lick your hand. Licky lick. And then boom, right there, lime. Fucking, and then, you know, 6, 7 of those. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, I remember the time when we were kids and we were talking about, oh, dreams and stuff, and like, you know, you dreamt of wearing camo, man. You're like, no, dude, you dreamt of wearing camo, man. And then everybody's like, oh my god, our dreams are so similar, and look at us wearing camo inside the hot tub. You should get, just, if you're gonna get in the hot tub, don't get in the hot tub with your camo gear. Maybe have camo Speedos, maybe have camo trunks, maybe have camo toes. But the point is, ladies and gents, that, yeah, man, nuclear weapons are a thing. I hope that nothing, you know, major happens. With that being said, somebody, like, you know, these guys are probably all stressed out, and also, why don't you guys go get a rub and tug, dude? Why don't you guys fucking, which brings us to the next point that I'd like to bring up. Somebody should be getting their flowers who's not getting, like, you know what I'm talking about. Rub and tugs and hookers are things that are, and prostitution, dude. And who's ahead of the game? Who's living in the future right now? Who's not been getting their flowers like they deserve to be getting their flower? Hunter Biden, dude. Somebody make it, you know, one of these guys, the Wagner Group chief, Putin, Zelensky, anybody else who seems to be aggravated, just get in touch with Biden, like Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden, Biden's son. This guy, because I've talked about this, some of us have talked about this, some of us have I believe prostitution should be legal. I believe, you know, if you want to pay somebody for any sort of sexual service, it should be a thing. I think it should be a thing. You know, why not? I just don't, it doesn't make any sense. It's your body, you can do whatever as a grown adult who wants to consent to whatever, you should be allowed to charge somebody, and they should be allowed to pay. That's just my opinion, of course, and some may agree with it, others may disagree. But what I'm saying is Hunter is living in the future, dude, because some say the things they want to see and some fucking live it, dude. This guy gets hookers, and that's fine, dude. And that's fine. This is the part where he's living in the future. This guy's a fucking visionary, and again, deserves mad respect, dude. Using the hookers as tax deductions, dude, on his taxes. Now that is the future, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the future. Let's just fucking take a second and recognize that, you know, sometimes you're like, man, I did not expect players and like the games to be changing and moving and shaking the way they are, but like sometimes changing and shaking and baking comes from players and particular sections of the game that you weren't even expect, but all of a sudden you're like, man, that is fucking behavior that's probably going to be normal in like 2100 or whatever, dude. Hopefully earlier, but nonetheless, he's a man from the future, dude. Yeah, sure, he might be making phone calls and text messages with, you know, government officials expecting mucho dinero for services acquired or whatnot, or provide. Who knows? A lot of stuff. But all I'm saying is, you want a couple of fellas to relax a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get that Wagner chief involved in this thing. Maybe, you know, maybe he doesn't know about the tax. And yes, if you're using a lot of prostitutes, I would assume that is a large expense. And you are a business. If you do not know that, ladies and gentlemen, you yourself are a business. You're a fucking company, god damn it. And if you don't want to incorporate, well, then you're probably missing out on a lot of opportunities to, like, you know, write off a lot of things. You know, prostitutes are hella expensive. Do you think it's easy to just like conduct meetings like that? And that's the thing. They say you want to get things done. You gotta wet a couple of pussies out there. You gotta stroke a couple of cocks. I'm talking metaphorically speaking. I'm talking before the deals go down. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta fucking be like right there and just, you know, give it a little tickle before you proceed. Be like, now would you like to do a merger? Now would you like to acquire this piece of whatever? Do you want shares here? Do you want, you know, banknotes there, or whatever business talk goes on in business talk sessions and rooms that are created for business talk, big business talk. Ooh, the biggest. So this guy's like, you know, I'm just saying, I don't agree with everything that goes on in and around the whatevers, but at the same time, when I see something that's positive, I'm not the type that'll be like, let's only focus on the negative, or let's only focus on the, you know, I give people props where props are due. That's the type of fella that I'm not like one of these guys or gals out there that's like, oh, just look, if I see something good, dude, I'll point it out. That is fucking legit, dude. Fucking, because it can get expensive. Imagine you're whining and dining officials or whatever, just like associates from all these kinds. You're like, yeah, let's go get a couple of steaks. Let's go have a drinks on me, guys. But then somebody's hard to, you gotta schmooze from what I hear in business deals and meetings. Cause like, oh man, we all have fucking $20,000 watches that, or whatever. Like, so I've seen it, I've done it. My car drives itself, despite the fact that I get into arguments with my car. That's how fancy my car is. My car doesn't even, I'll tell my car to drive, my car will be like, fuck you, dude. And that's I programmed, I asked for that, sir, because like I with that much influence and power, there's a lot of yes men and women around. Sometimes the things I make my own life a little bit more like, I'm like, I struggle to get in my car. I want people to like pass by and be like, are you trying to break in the car? I'm like, no, it's my car. That's the way it goes. I like to struggle for 5 to 10 minutes just so I feel it. Fucking, but that's the thing. So you're impressing those types of fellas and cats. All right. So you can't be like, oh, we had a steak. We had a, you know, oh, here's a creme brulee. Do you want to sign the dotted line? They're like, no, creme brulee and all that is good. Why it's like fucking creme brulee all over and fucking like steak, raw steak blood right on their shirts, because like I like, and that's the type of men and women who go to like business meetings like that, baby. When you bring a steak out for me, it better be still going moo, and there's blood stains, and you're like, I feel like I'm ready to discuss business. But you know what makes discussing business much easier? Prostitutes. Lots of prostitutes. And you're like, fuck, dude, this is gonna put a dent in my bank account, despite the fact that you're like filthy, but still, dude, a lot of, like, there's like, you're buying prostitutes for like 10, that's a lot of prostitute money. All right, so I'm just saying, you gotta bite the bullet. Then you're like, fine, I'll put it on the card, I'll pay for it now, I'll write it off later for the business, and you know, we'll make it back on the back end. But then it's fine, 20,000, whatever, you know, $100,000 on prostitutes, whatever, it's worth it. The back end will pay for it. Bite the bullet, Hunter, for the family, or whatever your name is. It could be anybody else. This could happen to anybody, really. So all I'm saying is it's fine. All I'm saying is that this man's a hero, really. Again, I don't agree with like his whatever, like his, I'm not into that stuff. Like has the, you know, is the left, you know, gone really extreme in there? And yes, and those are for another time. But today we're specifically talking about something that's like fucking visionary behavior, fucking like, you know, just seeing into the future and acting like you belong in the future, which is tight, dude. I respect that. So next time you're like, how do I make business? How do I, how do I get the attention of this fucking company that's like, oh my God, this could be beneficial for everybody. They might not see it the way you do. Bring him in, toots on the house, dude. And then what do? You write it off on the tax deduction part. That's an expense, dude. People don't understand how hard it is to run businesses, okay? And you got to get people interested. The product is good, but you know what else is good? Prostitutes are good. Good prostitutes are great. Great prostitutes are fantastic. All I'm saying is, business deal with creme brulee, maybe I'll think about it. Business deal on the puss, where do I sign? Take it all. Let's merge. It's yours. See where I'm going with this? It's a good deal. It's nice. And I'm for it. And again, flowers, metaphorically given, respects. I sees it. I understands it, I think. I don't, but I do. I don't, but I will. Because the beginning of knowing is knowing not, you don't know nothing, dude. So all I'm saying is like, it's good, I think. Things are happening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm excited to be just fucking, living life and learning as I go along the way. Let me get a sip of this, please, if I may. My throat is a little bit dry now. You like it dry? You like it dry, don't you? And ladies, fellas, you like it dry? Well, guess what? I'm gonna be a little tease right here and just, what are we doing? Adding moisture. Daddy likes it dry? Mommy wants it dry. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh my God, don't, oh my God. Not so dry anymore, is it? And that's building up, baby, because easily we could do it dry. But it's nice to just moisten it up, whatever it is that we're moistening up together. Moisture is good. Ladies and gentlemen, I did see, moving on in terms of exciting fucking things that you see, that you realize that hit you on a deeper level on some notes that, come to surprise you as you're growing, as you're learning, as you're growing. The other day, just yesterday, I saw there's a sporting event that was going on. I don't know what it was, but there was a Belgian lady who had to volunteer to go and compete in an event that she's a shot putter. She's a Belgian shot put lady. She's fucking nice, and there's different events and they all rep a team. And I guess one of the runners from their team, for whatever that I'm not aware of, a reason that I'm not aware of, was unable to run. So this Belgian chick, who's also a shot put lady, decided to so the team, the overall team, so that they don't get disqualified, she went and did the run, replaced her teammate. You could do that apparently. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's preliminary Olympics or fucking international sporting events of sorts for whatever federation of sports, of globalized sports events. It happened in a region somewhere on our globe, which is viewed and people participate in. I don't know it was a sporting event, major, because it was on TV, it was recorded, people were there, it's big. All right, point that I'm trying to make is all I saw was however many regular sized runners, and then there's this beautiful giant shot put lady that came up and said, you know what, my teammate's ill, she's whatever, dude. She's she's out late last night. I don't know what her teammate, these athletes, what do? They train, they sleep, they eat, and they fuck, dude. If you don't think athletes fuck, you're out of your goddamn mind. All that fucking, what do you think they're doing with that body, dude? They're fucking hard. When they're not training, eating, sleep, they're probably fucking hard. So I'm assuming this lady was going to town, dude. I'm assuming she was like, I want to be on the run tomorrow, repping Belgium, dude. That's what these fucking I know runners' mindsets, dude. I know y'all's. I want to pretend like I know y'all's. We know each other, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. She was like, I I want to go to town and just fucking ride a cack, 10 cacks, and that's like, or something. Or maybe she's a lesbian. She's like, I want to go to, and they're like, whatever your name is, you should probably fine, get a couple of labias in between, but like also save some energy. And she's like, you don't know my workout methods. While she's just like, sucking on clits, dude. And that's the thing, you never know how many clits is too many clits until you fuck around and find out. So next thing you know, allegedly, from all this sucking on the clits or riding cocks, unable to compete, but then her friend, her teammate, rose to the occasion. The friend and the teammate that said, you know what, I will fuck, but at an adequate amount. I don't need to, doesn't need to be 10 in one night. It could be whatever. One is sufficient, dude. I just need to fucking break out a sweat, if you will. And she came and she did her part. She did the shot put, but also she did the run so her team stays in. The whole point of this is I saw a larger lady compete against tinier ladies, and it's just something inside me that is like, I'm like, I find that somewhat, there's a certain level of attraction going on there, not to beautiful lady, but overall, like, I think it's like a biological thing. Because something in me, I'm like, man, this lady's a fucking, because you see her, she's a bigger lady, but she's not like one of these, like, she's an athlete, okay? She's a big athlete. She's a bigger lady who's an athlete. She's a shot put lady. And I started searching up shot put ladies, and there's all these large ladies with giant muscles that could fucking shot put you, and just part of me just wanted to be like, oh, fucking, I want to get shot putted by this lady, dude. I want to just fucking put me on your shoulder and just, and then pick me up, and then fucking also like, right there, dude, on your shoulder, just fucking shot put me. I think some part of me is like, you look at the thought that went, because it's not like what I would like, it's not, and I don't have a type. I should start to like later down the line but that's the thing, you look at life and like, might not be like beautiful lady. All I'm saying is like, typically speaking, I would have probably like, if I'm like, oh, if I want to date somebody or what, I probably like somebody relatively closer to my like, height and weight, stature. So you don't want to like, but at the same time, there is a part of me that's seeing this lady fucking shot put things. I didn't see her shot put things, but fuck, she looked like she could, dude. And they say she can, and she ran, didn't win, but at the same rate, at the end of the fucking run, all the other runners who won the race were like finished, and like she came in last, but not, again, the team didn't get disqualified. That's the important thing. All these little other ladies looked fucking tiny right next to her, and all I'm thinking, I'm like, man, biologically speaking, like, I would probably be down later down in life, like maybe to, I'm just putting this out on the table, and it's the first time I've even like said it out loud. I think I wouldn't mind mating with somebody like who's, you know what I mean, a little bit like, I don't want like nothing like, I'm not even saying that that's the route that we're like, but it's just something innate. And so because I'm like, I look at myself, I'm like, okay, whatever, but at the end of the day, if you want like fucking biology, dude, I don't even it's innate. I'm just like, in my world of non-existent like the family doesn't even exist, children, wife, this concept is so far, but inside the thing is like, maybe one day when you do mate with a bigger lady who produces fucking big babies for some reason. And it's not even a full grown thought, but I'm just like, yeah, fucking shot put lady would make giant babies. And that somehow, despite the fact that I'd probably be like, you know what, for your lover, for your wife down the line, if that's the case one day, who knows, somebody, decent height, doesn't have to be like, but from a fucking biology perspective, I'm just like, yo, fucking just, not just like, we're not talking, she's not fat, dude, she's a large lady, okay, difference, I'm not talking about this fucking, like, she's muscular, but also large. And I'm like, there's something there. Am I attracted to it? Maybe. I'm not opposed to it, I'll say that. Fucking large hips, dude, large tits. That's me personally, just putting it on the table, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just putting it on the table. But that's the thing. Sometimes it'd be like, yeah, for mating purposes, I'm like, maybe you should mate to make babies with people who would complement you biologically, but then be with people who you can stand looking at for the rest of your life. Things that we say out loud together. Don't. Yeah, it's what it is, fam. It's what it is. I'm just saying. So many things. Man, it's Monday and we're moving. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and all I'm saying is, let's say, hypothetically speaking, shifting gears, but also somewhat related to this topic. Let's say there's you may work at a bank, or you may walk into a bank one day, and all this time you're like, I'm just gonna go to the bank, regular at the bank, man. I'm gonna either work at the bank or get a deposit or make a deposit at the bank. I'll be right up, done banking, been doing banking for life. Nothing can go awry in this bank until skirt, a van pulls up and 5 ladies get out with masks and guns, and they're like, put your hands up in the air, man, or somebody's gonna get it, man, and we wants the monies. And we're gonna hold hostages. And they hold hostages, and they gets the monies. And then what they don't know is that you happen to be a negotiating tool, a negotiator, whoever is in charge of, like, de-escalating the situation, the de-escalator, the tension reducer, as the streets called him, the tension reducer. He's the tension reducer, called the tension reducer. If you're in moments of despair and you need tensions to be lowered, tension reducer. Right? And you get down to it, man, and you're in there, man. Maybe we should have started this. Maybe you're outside. Maybe you weren't even in the. Maybe you weren't even in the bank, man. Maybe you were not working in the bank, and you were not making a deposit today. You're just a regular tension reducer, waiting on call, because you work on call. You used to have good pay. There was a union. Regular hours, decent pay, health benefits. But now you're just on call. But whatever, you still love your job. You do it for the love of the game. You don't do it for the paychecks. You don't do it for the glory. You don't do it for the fame or the ladies or the champagne or the whatever else that comes with it. You do it for the whatever it is that you do it for. So, having said that, they give you a call and they're like, yes, there are 5 to possibly 6 armed hotties holding up a bank and they want to speak with you. That's right, you. You out there. You. Gotta get there, man. And you get there and you start talking with these ladies. You're like, ladies, let the hostages go. This doesn't need to end this way. You've got your full lives ahead of you. Your tits are perky. Your asses are tight. We have profile pictures of all of you because we live in a day and age where almost everything is available on the lines of everyone. So you're hotties with bodies, and there's plenty of things you could do with the rest of it. What do we have to do? Let these hostages, because you're like pleading with them and trying to reduce the tension. As goes the game of tension reducing. And the ladies put up a hard bargain, man. First, you're like, we're not here to play ball. And you're like, oh yeah? Then why'd I bring all these balls? And you fucking whip out a basketball, a dodgeball, a soccer ball, a ping pong ball, a tennis ball, a volleyball, a croquet ball. Balls that you'd use for bowling, such as bowling balls. Water polo balls. Balls that are hanging on a string that's attached to a stick, and you could go like this and twirl it around. Balls. Balls that could be dropped from a top onto the platform of a foosball table. Balls that could go inside your asshole. Single balls that could go inside your asshole. A string of pearls that could go inside your asshole. Larger balls used for vaginal exercises. Ball gags. Medicine balls used for abdominal workouts. You get the picture. You brought all, then you're like, well, why did I bring all these balls then if we're not playing ball? And then the ladies are like, oh, you're the tension reducer, man. You know you did. And you're like, ladies, you know what's up. And they're like, you know what's up. And you're like, I don't know what's up. Why don't you tell me what's up? And they tell you what's up. They're like, we'll let these ladies go and these gents go, the hostages. We're gonna take all the money in a helicopter, but before you go, we're gonna ask you to get inside in here, and we're gonna all take time one by one and sit on your face with our badge. And you're like, oh, then you're there, and everybody else is hearing this on you put it on speaker, dude. And they're like, don't do it. You don't have to do this. There's gotta be another way. And that's when like some sort of, we'll have like, there's melancholy music now playing. There's perhaps, young women holding their children, starting to slowly but surely cry as they see what is about to happen. You're like, we knew what this job entails when we signed up for it. We knew the risks. Yes, there are the days where you're riding high, and sure, there's a little, few feathers that you need to ruffle, few people that you need to speak with, and every job has its ups and downs, but you never expect this, the worst of the worst, to come upon your radar, and all of a sudden you're faced with a scenario where no one else is suited for the job but you, mister. And you're like, I know, ladies, gents, this is a difficult job, but you heard these monsters. By God, we're gonna stand up to them. No one's dying on my watch. And I'm gonna go in there, and they're like, and people are like, here, take this vest, take it. And you're like, I don't need to. They're like, take some, granola bars, you might get hungry. You're like, it's only like 100 feet from where I'm standing to the bank. I'll be fine. Okay, there, Jimbo. All right, there, Jimbo. Don't want to go in there with a full belly, do I now? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Want to go in there with a little bit of like hunger, a little bit of, I'm here to do this. Let's do it, ladies. So you go there, and as you're walking, they're letting the hostages go one by one, and they're like running out. They're running out, and they're crying, and their snot faces are covered in fucking snot, and they're like, thank you, as they're fucking, the bubbles are blowing, and they're thanking you as they're running out. And you are slowly but surely like walking, and a cool walk would have been a walk where you no longer look back and just fucking walk into the bank knowing what's coming to you, faces on the badges on your face, but you'll turn around and check on the peepsies behind, because you never forget where you came from, baby. You never forget the day ones. You never forget the people, and that's what it's all about. So you look back, and you're like, and you hold it there for a second. Indicating to them that the tension reducer is ready to reduce the tensions. And you go in there, and the doors are fucking swinging doors, dude. They fucking swing back and forth non-stop. Even though you've walked through the door, it's been like 5-10 minutes, somehow the doors are still fucking flapping. And all you hear from inside is your voice, and like, ladies, one at a time, please. One at a time. They're just fucking going clit to nose, dude, clit to nose. taking turns with you, and you're like, how long is this gonna last? And they're like, we're waiting for the chopper to get here. Anna, grab the bags of money. And one of them's like, don't use my name, my real name, you slut bitch. And she's like, what you call me? And then they turn on each other, dude, and you're there just fucking labia on your face, so you're like lying there, no weapons, no nothing, dude. But then this whole scenario, because the tension reducer gets the job done. Now that there's infighting inside with the ladies who are bank robbers, you already helped the hostages. Really, at this point, you're like, ladies, can we just get along for a second here? Look at the big picture. You got what you wanted. Take the chopper and just go. And one of them's like grabbing the other two, who are like, let me rub my, and then that's crazy, dude. And then, 7-8 hours later, you come outside just covered in snail trails, dude, all over, just fucking skid marks. You know what I'm talking about? So you come out and everybody's like gone because it's been like 7-8 hours. They didn't think you'd fucking stay there for so long, but you did. And yeah, sure. Did it get recorded anywhere? No. Are you the type that is detention reducer is not the type that looks for, whatever. Point is that these real life circumstances can and do occur on a daily basis. Although some of these stories may seem bizarre, they are very plausible, to say the least. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for letting me be a part of your lives as well. We are once again moving. I'll be back here, not here, but on the lines and in person, but just elsewhere in roughly 7 to 10 days. In the midst of things, if I feel like going on and be like, oh man, we're gonna, uploads or whatevs, do an episode somewhere else, we might. If not, again, 7 to 10 days is what I'm kind of like, and it's good to, I'm gonna try, I don't know how it's all gonna like unravel, unfold, but all I know is that we're all in this together, one step at a time, one, fucking hooker tax write-off at a time. And also, like, if you're out there, if you're like, if the Wagner Group chief is for realsies, like pulling out of this lifestyle, what are the things that he could do if you're retiring as a, because like that, it's hard, dude. How do you go from like fucking chiefing at Wagner to not chiefing at Wagner? You could like, potential jobs that you could do: gardening, paint. You could paint, woodwork. Working with your hands is always nice. I hear OnlyFans is now more than just a place for like sexual content, which is fine. Not to say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. I'm a huge fan myself of the contents that is sexual. There's OnlyFans. There is maybe take your battle experience and like relocate it to like petty local theft and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking somebody's like jacking a bicycle seat in the Balkans. You just go there and like surround them and be like, not on our watch. Yevgeny is here now. Davai, baby. I'll see you guys back here again 7 to 10 days, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit longer. But 7 to 10 days, that's the marker. Love you all. Thank you for all the love and support. And yeah, man, we'll pick it up very soon. Wishing everybody out there the best of luck in their ventures, whatever you're doing. Keep fucking rocking and rolling, baby. We'll be back very soon. Love you all. Peace out in the meantime.